Guru of Gurus by Dr. Tom Scoville. In 1975, my wife and I attended a public meeting about Sri Satya Sai Baba in our hometown in the USA. We were awestruck hearing about his mind-boggling miracles, profound universal teachings, and the healing powers of his Vibhuti, holy ash. Divine physician at that time, our son was 2 weeks old, born with health issues, but too young to receive the needed surgery. We began giving him Vibhuti regularly. When he was 9 months old, we took him to the hospital for preparatory screening for the surgery. The doctors came out to the waiting room and told us to our elation that there is nothing wrong with our son, and there is no need for surgery. We were greatly relieved and thankful. We knew it was a miracle and wondered about the power of Vibhuti. Within another year, we were delighted that our daughter was born. We soon attended the local Satya Sai Baba Center for the first time. Though we loved them now, the bhajans sounded too foreign to us then. We could not connect, and so we discontinued attending the center. Even though we knew of Swami, he had not yet revealed himself to our hearts. It was a sort of lukewarm relationship. But when he established his connection in our hearts, it was in a very enduring manner. He touches our hearts with his bhajans. During those years, it was not unusual to see a box of community giveaway or recycle items at the entrance of a grocery store. As I passed by one day, I glanced at the box, and on top was an audio cassette tape. Satya Sai Baba sings the bhajans at the 50th birthday Golden Jubilee. We brought it home and played the tape. It was as if the skies opened, and rainbows came out as we thrilled to the sound of his voice singing the bhajans. We played the tape non-stop for several days. We immediately began singing bhajans at our center meetings. It no longer sounded foreign because of the heart-to-heart connection. I played the guitar. We began reading anything we could find on Sai Baba. What I read I knew undoubtedly was true, that he is an incarnation of the universal absolute, an avatar, God in human form. We realized that striving from lifetime to lifetime for self-realization is for mortals like us, and an avatar is there to help us and guide us to realize our true goal and identity. We began having dreams of Swami and experiences in meditation as our love toward him grew. I knew he was God. We met devotees who had been to Prashanti Nilayam, some for long periods. It wasn't long before we wanted to visit India to see him. In July 1981, we found ourselves sitting on the sands of the holy grounds of Prashanti Nilayam with our eyes seeing the Lord, darshan, each day. Our longing to see Swami was so intense that no hurdle seemed too high. To come to Prashanti Nilayam, we had to sell our newly built home. I had to quit my special education teaching position, and we came to India with our children ages 3 and 5, intending to stay a long time at the feet of Swami. We attended darshan eagerly, hoping for good chances. We rejoiced every minute in his presence and joined all devotees in observing his every move. We attended talks for Westerners given by Professor N. Kasturi and his son Mr. Murthy. We strictly followed the ashram guidelines by staying inside the ashram and eating food at the South Indian canteen, even though it was too spicy for our Western taste. I have more work to do with you. At first, Swami paid a lot of attention to our children. We have many sweet memories of those precious days. For my son's birthday, Swami wrote the Sanskrit letter Om on the slate he held out. On another day, he blessed him with a plum. He tossed candy to our daughter. Gradually, Swami taught and guided us ever so gently and subtly. Swami's first look directly in my eyes came after some days in darshan. At the instant of his gaze, I knew I should resume my career in special education. We were slowly being transformed by Swami, despite the physical challenges of losing weight from the lack of food we were accustomed to. We reluctantly came to the realization that we had to return home sooner than expected, but we also had the conviction that we were forever devoted to Swami whatever life may bring. The night before we left Prashanti Nilayam, Swami came to me in a dream and said, "You may be going, but I have more work to do with you." With Swami's grace, we returned home. I re-entered the special education field, my wife began teaching, and we soon were able to build another house. We attended Satya Sai Center meetings. Over the years, I had the wonderful opportunity and privilege to serve in various leadership positions in the SSU. By the late 1990s, we started annual visits to Prashanti Nilayam for Swami's darshan, then twice a year during the 2000s. Follow the conscience. In late September 2000, the 10-day festivities of Dasra, Navaratri, were in full swing at Prashanti Nilayam. The Human Values Conference organized for educators around the world had just concluded. The organizers of the conference were given privileged seating in front of the interview room door. Being my first time sitting on the veranda, I felt an indescribable peace and deep spiritual bliss. On 1st October 2000, Swami called me and a doctor sitting on the veranda for an interview. We sat on the floor by his chair. He spoke to us lovingly, revealing his omniscience. Every word and casual talk that we were privileged to hear was so precious that they were etched from my memory. Gently in my Swami inquired, "How is your work?" I answered, "You mean special education?" Swami said, "What is special education?" I said, "Education for the disabled." Swami said, "It is just bookish knowledge." I replied, "Should I stop?" Swami advised, 2 years. I felt that the bookish knowledge applies to my work. I continued to work for another 7 years. At the end of each year, I followed my conscience in deciding whether to work another year. When a retirement package of 2 years additional credit was offered, I retired. Swami's statement came true. Swami said to the doctor, "I came to you in dreams." The doctor replied, "Yes." Swami then said to me, "Dreams?" I responded, "Many times, Swami." Swami motions to his chest, "Not imagination." I had numerous dreams with Swami, but occasionally my mind would doubt whether it was real. He cleared that doubt. Later Swami said, "Body is a water bubble, don't follow the body. Mind is a mad monkey, don't follow the mind. Follow the conscience," pointing to my chest. Toward the end of the interview, he told me, "You are divine." In my heart, I heard, "Ask for Padnamaskar." I said, "Swami, may I take Padnamaskar?" Swami, "Yes, take." As I was touching his feet, he blessed me. Time has passed. In 2022, I continue to keep my connection with Swami, as they say, keeping the coal in contact with the live ember. I am filled with gratitude to Swami for revealing his divinity and enabling me to recognize my own, for bringing us into his orbit, for his teachings, and for the chance to help spread his message to the world through the SSU. Dr. Tom Scoville.